The pregame has concluded. It is time for the AA championship festivities. Let's go upstairs to our announcers, Wally Shaver and Lou Nanne.
Well, thanks very much once again. We're looking forward to this championship game between Duluth East and the pesky Tornadoes out of Anoka. And Louis, one thing that we should point out is even though the records indicate that Duluth East has 3 losses on the year, they've actually lost only 1 game. Now, they had to forfeit their first 2 games of the year because Reese Carlson had gone down to Rochester in the USHL, but apparently the papers to assign his guardianship did not go through Minnesota State High School League rules a proper way. Consequently, they had to forfeit their first 2 games in which they won by shutouts.
That's right, and that's something people should be aware of. This club has only lost the 1 game in all reality. So Duluth East is extremely strong, and Anoka's got their work cut out from here tonight.
All right, we've got an all-star cast ready to go to play this championship hockey game. And first of all, we're going to start off with our own all-star, PA announcer Dick Stanford, to introduce all the players.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready. Welcome to Riverview Center and the 1998 Class AA championship game of the Minnesota State High School League Boys Hockey Tournament. Fans, tonight's game is also the last hockey game to be played in this building and ends 23 years of memorable hockey action and excitement. St. Paul, on behalf of fans, players, and coaches across the state, thank you for the memories. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's championship game matches the Class 7AA champions with a record of 24-3-0, the Greyhounds from Duluth East. Against the champions of Class 4AA with a record of 22-3-2, the Tornadoes from Anoka. And now let's begin our introductions by meeting the cheerleaders from the 2 schools. First, from Duluth East, Michelle Rickard, Ashley Hilbert, Amy Cooper, Wendy Saline, Kim Wallen, Marit Halverson. The Duluth East cheerleaders are coached by LaDonna Burgum and Joan Peterson. And now let's meet the Anoka cheerleaders. Stephanie Miller, Liz Baroncott, Nicolette Haig, Allison Sherga, Lillian Stamper, and Maya Prochnick. The Tornado cheerleaders are coached by Sue Burrows and Missy Ketchum. And now let's meet the players. First, Duluth East. Junior goaltender wearing number 1, Tyler Olson. Freshman defenseman number 2, John Hedberg. Junior defenseman number 4, Mark Anunti. Senior center number 9, Gabe Taggart. Senior wing number 10, Dan Roman. Junior center number 11, Chad Roberg. Senior center number 12, Jesse Hagedorn. Junior wing number 14, Mike Marshall. Sophomore wing number 15, Zach Burns. Senior defenseman number 20, Nick Angel. Junior defenseman number 22, Patrick Finnegan. Senior defenseman number 23, Mike Salmala. Senior defense number 25, Jesse Carriage. Senior wing number 26, Justin Patterson. 8th grade wing number 27, Nick Lacari. Junior wing number number 28, Nick Seri. Sophomore wing, number 31, Ross Carlson. Senior wing, number 32, Reese Carlson. Senior goaltender, number 35, Adam Cool. Senior wing, number 36, Kevin Oswald. Greyhounds head coach, Mike Randolph, and assistant Larry Traxel. The Duluth East Greyhounds. And now let's meet the Tornadoes. First, senior goaltender, number 1, Brandon Grebb. Junior defenseman, wearing number 2, Adam Reed. Senior goaltender, number 3, Dan Scott. Sophomore forward, number 4, Scott Krismarzik. Senior forward, number 5, Pavel Flavacek. Senior defenseman, number 8, Chad Zwertling. Junior defenseman, number 9, Mike Johnson. Junior forward, number 10, Brian Talbot. Senior forward, number 11, Joe Johnson. Junior defense, number 12, Gabe Hilmo. Senior forward, number 13, Jesse West. Junior defense, number 14, Ryan Johnson. Junior forward, number 15, Adam Sherrod. Senior forward, number 16, Rick Talbot. Senior forward, number 17, Jeff Turnquist. Senior defense, number 18, Ryan Krismarzik. Senior forward, number 19, Jesse Fish. Senior forward, number 20, Jared Reinhold. Senior defenseman, number 21, Scott Lichter. Junior goaltender, number 30, Ryan Eason. Anoka head coach, John Berencott. Assistant, Pete Hayes. The Anoka Tornadoes. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your officials for the championship game. The referees are Bill Mason and Mike Riley. The linesman is John Abbott. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand and honor America as our national anthem is presented by Shauna Schuster, a senior at Osseo High School and a member of the Osseo girls hockey team.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the scorer's table near center ice for the presentation of the Sportsmanship Creed. Representing Duluth East Greyhounds, number 23, Mike Samala. And representing the Anoka Tornadoes, their number 15, Jesse Fish. Gentlemen.
Good evening. Welcome to the Minnesota State High School League State Hockey Tournament. We appreciate your attendance at this tournament and hope you enjoy it.
The state hockey tournament is being played under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League. These rules provide for fair play and good sportsmanship among players and coaches. As athletes, we ask that spectators promote the ideals of good sportsmanship, fair play, and respect for our opponents and the calls of the officials.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Duluth East, Anoka Tornadoes ready to go at it for the AA championship game. And most people recognize this as the game of the year in the state of Minnesota. Sellout crowd on hand here, Louie. It's always a pleasure to do this championship finale.
That it is, Wally, and I hope the players play as well as that girl sang. She did an outstanding job. We're looking to Adam Cool in the nets for Duluth East. Here's a fella that had 12 shutouts this year. He's going to be the key for Duluth East tonight, as is the nets for Anoka, Dan Scott. Whichever goaltender is sharper, I believe that team's going to win, because both of these clubs are going to get opportunities to score on the other. Each of these clubs have a lot of firepower, very highly skilled players, and the goaltenders are going to get some work here tonight. You look at the Anoka Hockey Club here, they know that they've played Duluth East before. Duluth East is a really talented team. They've been here a remarkable 5 times in a row. That speaks volumes about the job they do up in Duluth with the kind of hockey programs they have. And Anoka's got their work out for them here tonight. At the same time, East knows that Anoka can be very tough after that game they had late in the season. Anytime a team can get 3 goals on you in 7 minutes, you know they're capable of burning you.
All right, here we go. That's linesman John Abbott getting these signals from both goal judges and the goalkeepers to make sure they're all ready. Stepping into the center ice face-off circle is Jesse Fish. He will oppose Roberg. The puck is dropped, and we're underway for the state title. With it right now is Nick Angel, a high-scoring defenseman for Duluth East. It's slapped into the Anoka zone. They're wearing the white jerseys with the purple and gray trim. Down in the corner now, Oswald has the puck to make that Ross Carlson behind the goal. Carlson trying to get it to his brother Reese, number 32. There's some battling going up along the corner boards there. Reese around to Ross. Ross Carlson cutting out in front. Now he's forced to the outside and dropped to the ice by Ryan Johnson. In there to help out now is Chad Roberg. Roberg swings it around back to the other door. Pinching in is the defenseman Angel. This is something that Coach Bierenkot of Anoka had pointed out, trying to get it past that guy when he does that. However, Duluth East is keeping Anoka bottled up here in the early going.
The one thing about pinching in, when a guy like Angel pinches in, if he knows that he's got better than a 50-50 chance to go, and he does it, he should take it, and his wing should back him up, or the centerman. Somebody's got to pick up his position and give him some support. But when a defenseman's got that kind of ability like Angel has, or like Finnegan, you expect them to take the opportunity when they've got better than a 50-50 chance at the puck.
Pavel Lavacek, number 5, the big guy for Anoka, gets the puck across to the middle, and here they come out of their own zone. This is Reinholtz. He's had a great turning, a nice move there to go in, but his shot goes off the base of the net. Cleared, but not out. Lichter holds it in, and that's deflected right on by Lavacek.
Well, that was a great deflection by Lavacek. Here's a kid that the coach was talking about before the game. He said, you know, earlier in the year, he didn't know anything about the state tournament, and the Coliseum, you were looking at Reinholdt's good move. Earlier in the year, he didn't know anything about the state tournament. He got to Coliseum. He saw a lot of people around. He was somewhat confused, somewhat befuddled. As the games have gone on, he's gotten better. He made a great deflection there off Lichter's shot, and he had an outstanding game last night, really forechecking very aggressively and creating opportunities and goals for the Anoka Hockey Club.
Pavel Lavacek is a foreign exchange student from the Czech Republic. Louis, he's also commenting earlier, too, that he can't believe the size of the crowds.
Yeah.
He says back home when they have a hockey game, they're lucky if they have 50 people show up.
That's right. They don't even get this many people for their top-level games. We've been over there in Czechoslovakia, and they'll get 3,000 or 4,000. They're not going to get 17.
With the puck is Scott Lichter. Good creative defenseman. for Anoka. He lost out as Hagedorn shoots it in for Duluth East. Tipped off the boards now for Brian Talbot. He rings it up off the glass for Sherritt. Sherritt is checked into the wall by Siri. Carrying on is Sherritt with a long drive in, and they'll change on the go. The Anoka Tornadoes. Nick Angel takes control now for Duluth East. Long pass is kicked out to center ice, right onto the stick of the Anoka defense. Here they come on the attack. Angel will break it up deep in his own end. Lost the puck, however. Anoka trying to center it. Swooping in now for the loose puck is West. Trying to get it free. Players falling all over the place down there, back behind the Duluth goal. There's a check right down low. Ross Carlson dumped to the ice. And going back for now is Mark Anunti. He's plastered up along the wall, and that hard jolt from Joe Johnson.
I've got to tell you a little story about Joey Johnson after when we get a break. He's a fellow that his coach says it doesn't matter about. We'll continue that right after we have this.
Hold your thought, Louie. Yeah. Hold that thought. I want to hear your story. We'll be back at River Center. This is the last hockey game ever in this building. Yeah.
This is pound for pound. He's only 5'9".
Take one bite. If you don't like our sub, get your money back. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Coach before the game, Johnson looks like a very quick player. He says, Louis says he's actually my toughest player. He says pound for pound, he's only 5'9". As you see him right there taking out a much bigger Anunti. He says if Angel or any of their big boys come around the net, and if they expect not to get hit when they're there, they're in for a rude awakening, because he'll take anybody on. And boy, he has been a real factor for this hockey club. That line, West, Fish, and Johnson only average about 5'8" in height. They're small, but they're quick, and they've had a great season for the club. And as the coach is saying, as far as body checking goes, they make no mistake and don't shy away from anybody. They'll use their body whenever they have to.
Here is Reinholz with the puck for Anoka. Oh, the pass across is picked off. Oswald sends it out to center ice for Duluth East. Regrouping in their own zone. This is number 2, Hedberg. John Hedberg started as a forward, found a home on defense, gives it over to his partner Finnegan. Finnegan is tied up along the wall by Reinholz. Jared Reinholz having a great tournament so far, as has his winger on that line, number 16, Rick Talbot, who has 5 goals in this tournament.
And Reinholz is a fellow that's been somewhat snake-bitten as far as goal scoring goes. He's a very good player, gets a lot of chances, hasn't been scoring much lately, and he's a key tonight for Anoka. His coach expects that he's going to get on the scoreboard because he's had just far too many chances for his ability and not having enough goals going to net. He's somewhat snake-bit thus far, but look for him to get a couple of shots and maybe goals here tonight for the Anoka Hockey Club.
And there is a look at Nick Angel, a big gun for this team. He had a goal and an assist in that game yesterday against Jefferson. He'll be going to the Golden Gophers next year.
And what a shot that kid has. That goal last night, he wanted to rip it right through the back of the net. He had a great setup by Finnegan shooting off the pass. The goaltender actually had no chance on him. He just let it fly and just blew it right by him.
Sander Roberg will try to pull it back to Angel. That doesn't go because Anoka wins the draw. Up along the wall, number 31 is Ross Carlson, having problems getting control, and Anoka clears his own. Mark Anunti back for it. Interference away from the play, but no call. Here play continues, and on the rush now is Angel taking the puck in deep. The Tornadoes regain possession, and with 10.5 to go in the opening period, they clear it out. Now here's a Fish trying to break up the play. He does, and centers. Anunti gets a stick on it. There's a penalty forthcoming against the Greyhounds of Duluth. And the game's first power play is going to go to the hands of the Anoka Tornadoes. We'll return and see what they can do with a manpower advantage in just a moment.
10-16 to go.
Minnesota Power, ready to serve you for generations to come.
Reese Carlson was doing some good back checking, but he took his man down. He's getting called for interference. Duluth East going to be shorthanded. Anoka getting the first power play opportunity of the evening. 10-16 to go here in the first. And Anoka with the opportunity to pull ahead as they have the man advantage.
They're setting it up with Ryan Johnson at the point. Ryan Johnson moving, finds an open spot right on. Here's a rebound by Reinhold. Just getting a piece of that was goalkeeper Adam Kuhl.
What a great save by Kuhl. He got his leg out on the second shot, and he had to make a tough stop on that one.
Reinhold's behind the goal, leaves the puck now for West with a P at the end of the word. West going after that loose puck as he wrestles with Finnegan, and they go out to center ice. There's going to be a penalty coming up now against Anoka. Leading the rush is Oswald, and his backhander is stopped by the goalkeeper. Back on the other side is Gabe Taggart, but his shot blocked. Carries out to center. The Hounds have pulled their goalie. They don't have to worry about anything going in unless they play it there themselves. And as soon as Anoka touches it, the penalty call will go against the Tornadoes.
Well, with the high stick call coming here against West, that's going to nullify Anoka's man advantage. In a minute 12, unless there are other calls made, Duluth will get a power play opportunity. Anoka had just a very short time in a power play opportunity before this penalty was called right here with a clear hook. Man be taken down. One thing Anoka did early in that power play, they did again last night, Wally, they moved the puck around to the head of the key, which is out by the blue line, straight up front. Smart play by Johnson. He got a good low shot on the net. Rebound was taken there by the Anoka forward. Kuhl had to make two good saves. But Anoka looked sharp moving the puck in a power play, and Kuhl looked real sharp in nets, making two quality stops.
Ross Carlson taking the face-off, loses out to Anoka's Sherritt. Now pass up the middle. It's driven in by Joe Johnson. A loose puck there as the goalkeeper Kuhl had a problem. Zwerdling's shot from the point is blocked, and here comes Finnegan. Pat Finnegan just rings it around the Anoka goal. First guy in is Ross Carlson, but he's checked and dumped to the ice by Zwerdling on a good play.
And Finnegan was taken on the boards a little hard. Lost his helmet. Looked like he was shaken up for a moment. He went to the bench. Referee's picking up his helmet, taking it over to him. It was interesting to see what Finnegan did that time. That time he was the lead man on the play, 1 against 2. And normally he's the type of guy try and beat both defensemen and go deep. This time he saw he was outnumbered. He saw he had no chance to do anything. Put the puck in deep, let his forwards go forecheck, maintain his position. I think Randolph has talked to those fellows and said, look, when you got the opportunity, you go, but then you assess the situation and then make a decision whether to keep going or get back.
Well, they were really getting exploited last night in that semifinal game against Jefferson, and probably makes a lot of sense to keep those guys reined in a little bit.
Well, they tuned it down in the third period, and then they got themselves a goal, and actually they gave up no more opportunities to Jefferson after that.
Jesse Fish clears it in deep.
You look at all 4 defensemen on Duluth team. We forget talking about Amente and Hedberg. They handle the puck quite well, too, and Hedberg's only a freshman.
Here comes Chad Roper trying to cut in, but he's ridden off the play, and this is Ryan Krasmarzik clearing out of the zone for Anoka. Dumped right back in. Just 10 seconds left in the minor penalty to Duluth East, and they'll have a power play. Here's a breakaway pass. Oh, and it's just off the stick of Rick Talbot. And goalkeeper Kuhl will stop any further play.
That was close. That was real close. Krasmarzik tried a straight pass up the middle, about a 90-foot pass, and it came very close to getting a breakaway. Here's Krasmarzik. He looks up. He sees the man, and he let fly right up the middle. He actually hit him right on the tape, I think. It should have been controlled, and that was real close to being a breakaway for Rick Talbot, who's already got 5 goals in 2 games for this hockey club.
He's had a wonderful tournament. Only 13 goals all year and 5 in 2 games. Well, Duluth East again getting sloppy in their own zone. Pat Finnegan has the puck, headmans it, and here comes the East with the power play now. Roaring across the line, Oswald, the wrist shot, and going to his knees to make the save is Dan Scott, who's been the #1 man since he started playing in January following knee surgery early in the season.
Smart play by the goalie, too, because he had 2 guys on his doorstep. Not 1, but 2. You see his Taggart's coming across the blue line. He drops it right there to Oswald. Look at the net and look at the right side. You see 2 Duluth players collapsing on the goaltender, and Scott makes a smart move and holds on.
Gabe Taggart loses out on the draw to Jesse Fish. Puck is cranked around the boards, rides up on the rail, doesn't go out though. It's kept in by Angel. We do have a whistle, so apparently he might have hit somebody.
Well, actually, Angel played it with his hand up ahead to his player, so the face-off will come out of the zone. And really, the player was going to not even touch it. He inadvertently went into a skate. He should touch it, because had he not touched it, then Anoka gets control. They'll just throw it all the way down the ice. You might as well take your chance, as they did right there. They got a face-off outside the zone and won the draw. Now they got control in the zone.
Here's Reese Carlson. Number 32 in the corner, taking a look, passing it back down low to his brother, or make that Oswald. Finnegan and Angel are on the points. This is Gabe Taggart with a shoot. He scores! It glances off the skate, and East gets a power play.
That's right. Taggart centers it to Oswald in front of the net. And it was just deflected off a skate, not intentionally. And so the puck gets behind Scott, and East on the power play takes a 1-0 lead. As that shot comes across, Taggart trying to get it to the center, in front of the net. He sees Oswald standing between two defensemen. And you look at Oswald going off there, and that puck just deflected off the skate into the net. And those are the kind of goals that could beat a goaltender. Direction change at the last second. Nothing you can do. Look at down low. 36 in front. Taggart right here slides it across off the skate of the Duluth defenseman, or Anoka defenseman, who was checking Oswald. Taggart should get credit for the goal, and East will go ahead here 1-0 on the power play goal.
Taggart's 20th of the year. Here's a sharp angle shot by Sharon. Cool had a problem with that and almost had it dropped in behind him. Net is loose. Timeout on the ice. We'll be back as Duluth East scores the game's first goal.
Duluth East, and we almost had one by Anoka. That shot, as you said, was lost after Cool made the save. It was lost by Cool, who went over his head and almost dropped in the net. It actually rolled down his shoulder to the side of the net, and Anoka couldn't quite put it in the net. Had that gone just about a half a foot to Cool's left, it would have been behind him in the goal.
And he's had a couple of problems early on in this game in controlling the puck. I don't think Adam Cool's at the top of his game right now.
Well, then you could expect Anoka to continue to shoot the puck. Whenever you see a goalie maybe having a little problem handling the puck around the net, you want to get some shots at him.
Swirling with a good blast right on, and Cool boots that up the middle. Here comes Reese Carlson back the other way for the Greyhounds, but he's stopped by a stifling defensive effort by Anoka. And they are good at that. Anoka comes into this game with a 1.9 goals against average. However, Duluth East is even better at 1.1. It's an incredible goals against average for a team. Now on the rush is Chad Roberg with a long shot, but it's offside. It won't count, and we'll spot it back in the neutral zone between the two blue lines.
Just a little too anxious on the left wing. When Roberg got that pass, he was going to go across the line, and coming with full speed was Carlson, Ross Carlson, and he just got a step ahead. They had caught Anoka making a bad line change and actually had a 2-on-1.
Nick Angel off the glass, goes right over to Lichter. Lichter to Chris Marzik, his partner. Now here's an opportunity, a shot by Rick Talbot, right on goal, and Cool is sharp on that one. Blast from the point, deflects, goes on net, and Cool gets that big left mid out to hang on.
Duluth East leads 1-0, but Duluth East is getting outchanced 4-1 on quality chances. Cool has made some outstanding saves, and this was a great little play right there. You see a little dump pass, and coming is Rick Talbot, who's already got 5 goals, and that had to be a quality save right there by Cool after Lavacek dumped a great little pass off to Talbot, and then we see a deflection there off the defenseman's hands. Cool very wisely grabs it and held on because he had 2 Anoka forwards right on his doorstep.
This Anoka line has had a good start. Lavacek, a backhander just wide off the draw. Now on the other point, here's a shot blocked. It's still loose out in front. Finally, Taggart sweeps at it. It goes off into the corner now. Anoka doing a good job out muscling Duluth East in their own end. Lavacek trying to center it. He does, and Cool goes to a knee.
Reinhold's right on the doorstep trying to get that loose puck. Cool wisely grabbed it before Reinholds could deflect it in. Lavacek doing some strong forechecking. You're looking at him there. He's a big, tall, strong fella, 6'2", 185. And that's one thing that we've got here. A little more height on the Anoka Hockey Club. They've got 7 guys 6 feet or more. Duluth East has got only 3. And when you use your size to advantage when you're forechecking, it's a great asset for you. And that's what the Tornadoes are doing thus far.
There's an air raid siren going off in here. We have another offside, and we have a problem with some of these whistles when getting flow going. Here's a look at number 11, Joe Johnson, the guy Louis was just talking about. Besides his good aggressive play, he's also a good student. He's on the honor roll at Anoka High.
And the fastest skater on the Tornado Hockey Club. Really, really quick.
A couple of good, solid lines for Anoka. Puck is banked off the boards and down ice by Ryan Johnson. There's 3 Johnson boys on this Anoka team. They're not related.
Well, that one, Ryan Johnson, the defenseman, thought he'd get away with it. He was just a foot behind the red line. You've got to get control of the red line and get it down the ice. He thought because his follow-through was going to be over the red line, he'd get away with it. The linesman standing right on the red line made the call. By the way, I think we got among the best officials working the game today as we got in the state, and Mason and Riley. We've seen them before in championship games. They really let the teams play and do an outstanding job handling these kids.
Jesse West reaching the blue line, but again, Anoka has problems at the lines, and that's offside. We're going to take a short break, folks, and return to River Center for more of this championship game.
6x6s, 2-, 4-, or 6-wheel drive from the Power Sports Specialists, Duluth Lawn and Sport.
Last 2 minutes, we've had a few too many stoppages in play. A little anxiousness getting offsides, not thinking sharply enough to make certain you stay away from icings, or people just falling down like that and not able to hold himself and ending up offside.
Pat Finnegan playing it up ice. Puck is intercepted. He's getting it right back again. Siri across the line. Siri now rolls it into the corner for Burns. He hasn't seen much action in the tournament. Sherritt swings it around to the far side for Hilmo. He'll go back the other way for it. Now banking it off the wall is Brian Talbot, but not out. Finnegan holds it in and centers. It's just out of the reach of number 12, Hagedorn. Now here's a long attempt for Sherritt at center, but Finnegan just got the tip of his stick on it. Anoka winds from center ice red line and fires that over the goal. Anoka changing all 5 players right now. Duluth East banking it out to center ice. Oswald is tied up and can't reach it. Finnegan is forced to go back behind his net once again. Lost the puck. Sherritt centers it. Back at the blue line. Licker didn't get all the shot, and it's scooped up by Roman. Here comes Chad Roman up the left side. Make that Dan Roman, just a 5'9". As he whistles it in, Anoka comes right back out with it. Trying to burst up through the middle was Reinholtz, but it was just a little bit ahead of him. Nick Angel now.
That would have been a 2-on-1. Reinholtz tried to control it with his skate. He couldn't quite get it.
It's left behind the goal, but on the far side, Roman laying it behind the net. He'll pick up the puck once again, banks it out in front, but Reinholtz is down low, as a center should be, and flips it out to center. It'll carry all the way down, and icing is going to be waved off by linesman John Abbott. A player falls. It was Roman. He bounces back to his feet. Roberg comes in to help out. Roberg is checked behind the goal, and this is Licker with the puck. Dead man pass now to West to Fish. Down the left side. Here comes the Fish sprinting in, but he's checked by the linesman and knocked down. Here's Reese Carlson. Good, fast player. Checked at center ice, and the Tornadoes will drive it right back in. 3:20 to go in the period. 1-0 Duluth East on a goal by Taggart. Here's Reese Carlson. Stopping, shooting. Blocked by the D of Ryan Johnson and banked off the boards. Not out. Finnegan charges up to keep it in deep. Plays it to Reese Carlson behind the net. He's looking. He shoots now, and that goes off the goalkeeper, Scott, behind the net. West looking up the middle. That pass is just away from Hilmo. Finally, he's shot right back into the Anoka zone by number 15, Burns. Zach Burns, 5'5", plays all out. You got it when you're 5'5".
And Wally Anoka's trying a lot of passes, long passes up the middle. They're trying to catch Duluth East with a 2-on-1 situation. They are outshooting East thus far, 9-4, and they're trying to get that breakaway opportunity.
2.5 minutes to go here in this period, and Old Dutch reminds you it's just a 1-0 hockey game.
Very strong.
Accords. From your friends in the car business, Campus Erickson, 1318 Ogden Avenue, Superior.
Duluth East with a face-off deep in Anoka zone. Got their #1 line out there, Taggart, Roman, and Oswald. They were very, very strong last night. Oswald's been sharper on the net. And he's got actually some of the credit for getting that goal by Taggart by getting himself in front of the net. And he had the defenseman preoccupied, and the puck went off with Anoka Tornado defenseman in the net now. This is a line that's been very strong for East all year long. Randolph said they've given him a terrific season.
Ryan Kurzmarzik bringing the puck out to center ice. Now it's a 2-on-1 in close. Here is Pavel Lavacek going to the side. Plays it behind the goal now for Reinholds. He'll try to work it down over to Rick Talbot. Reinholds on the half wall. Still has the puck. Falls going to the corner. Flips it over to Talbot, but it's a little bit behind him. Lichter trying to hold the line, but Oswald breaks it loose. Gets it ahead now for Robert trying to cut in. Make that Roman. Roman behind the goal is checked. And it's Kurzmarzik picking it up again for Anoka and tipping it out to center. Pat Finnegan trying to wait. Not long enough. Roman turns and shoots. Sprawling effort sends it back into the Duluth zone. Hedberg to Finnegan. Back to Hedberg on the D-to-D play. It opened things up a little bit. Crossing center. Hedberg relays it in deep. Right off the boards. But not out. Here's Ross Carlson working in, but West steals it off the stick just as Ross was going to release it. And Anoka releases the pressure, but are going to be called for icing.
Well, we had 3 different occasions there. Ryan Johnson, number 14, with his long reach, was able to poke check that puck off Duluth East forward stick. He really is staying well positioned in front of the man. They're trying to go wide on him twice. And the last time right there, someone was just going to the outside very, very quickly. He just got that stick on the puck, made certain that these guys are getting no opportunities. He's a solid defenseman back there, Ryan Johnson, and also good offensively. And he's played strongly here tonight for Anoka, and he had a great game last night for him. Good pass out by him there, right there. The heads-up defenseman.
Gilmo gets the puck across the line, but Duluth East roaring right back down the right wing boards. With it, number 28, Siri, going into the corner. In to help out now is Burns. It's flipped high into the air, and it'll bounce back into the Duluth East end. Just 50 seconds ago in the first period. 1-0 Hounds on Taggart's goal. That came back about the midway point of the period on the power play. And a delayed offside is finally whistled. We'll spot it back in the zone.
Well, if we can get this hand mic open, we got a guest here. The mayor of St. Paul, Mayor Norm Coleman, just come in. Mayor, how does it feel coming to a hockey game?
Well, I kind of mixed feelings about this. Wistful about the last hockey game in this old arena, and pretty excited about the future, Lou.
That's right. It's going to be, what, 2 years before the new building will be here?
It will be 2 years, and there will be a new building. You might even be close to the ice and be able to kind of see that, you know, instead of touching the Mir space capsule when it goes by.
I'm going to sell these binoculars I have up here after that. Well, the downtown looks terrific. You fellas have done a marvelous job in St. Paul, and it's really great to see. This is a superb city, and we're really happy that you're going to get that new building.
It's always exciting at hockey time. We're going to miss this, by the way, for a couple of years. I told the coaches this morning, we're going to miss you, but they're going to come back, and it's going to be a magnificent arena. And it's going to be for moms and dads and kids throughout the state. So we're very, very excited, Lou.
Well, it's like I told other people. People were complaining when Mariucci Arena got torn down. I said, wait till you see the new building, then tell me you're going to complain. As a hockey player, I like the old building, the big ice surface, but as a fan, I much prefer the new building. I'm sure that's going to be the same case here.
Every seat, Lou, is going to have good sight lines. The fans are going to love it, and you're not going to have asbestos floating in the air that you're breathing. So, no, this is going to be fabulous. And it's going to be great hockey. Certainly this kind of hockey back with the tournaments, and also the NHL, giving these kids kind of seeing the best. And I think that motivates young people. This is a great game. This is a great time, and it's just going to get better.
Well, I agree with you. Nice having you here.
It's always great to be here. And again, this is a special night. It's the last in this old arena. It's it's going to be wonderful, but the best is yet to come.
Oh, I know that. I agree with you.
No disagreement here.
That's right.
Thanks, Lloyd. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. Thank you.
First period has come to a close. The Duluth East Greyhounds leading the Anoka Tornadoes 1-0. We'll be back for our first intermission. Well, first of all, we're going to go downstairs, though. I got a little carried away there. I'm so anticipating that brand new building coming, Louis. I forgot that we've got a special guest downstairs with Andy Skugman. Andy, take it away.
Thank you. I'm with John Berencott, head coach of Anoka. And coach, you outshoot them 10-7, but you're down 1-0. Give me your assessment of the first period.
Well, I'm real happy the way we're playing. I mean, we're getting a lot of, really good opportunities. I think it's probably a matter of time we'll get some goals. Got a little sloppy there the last 30 seconds in our zone, but really breaking out quite nice. Have good speed tonight. Seem to have our legs. Pretty good passing. I mean, we just haven't scored, and they kind of got a fluke one, but that's part of the game, and you just got to, go on from there.
A lot of people are saying whichever goalie plays better might be the team that wins. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, probably. I think it's, there's going to be an awful lot of shots. Probably not going to be in the low teens or low 20, or high teens, low 20s. It's probably going to be in high 20s, 30 shots, so their goalie came up big a few times for him. A few times he just missed, and we just have to keep doing what we're doing, I guess. I can't think we have to change major, that's for sure.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, John Berencott, Anoka Tornadoes down 1-0 to Duluth East after one period of play. This is the 1998 Boys State High School Hockey Tournament live from the St. Paul River Center. Stick around for the Northland Ford intermission report.
It's a 1-0 hockey game. I think it's been a very
This. That's the Toyota Drive for Education program. I keep trying to get them to make one of these to Jeff Grayson, but no dice. We've got a second period of hockey coming up. Let's go to our game announcers, Wally Shaver and Lou Nanny. Guys?
If they're going to throw a check your way, Jeff, have them make one more out for us, eh? One period gone down, Louis, is a 1-0 hockey game. I think it's been a very evenly played game. One fluke goal here, and that's been the difference.
That's right, and a good play from the corner. We started out with Oswald out of the corner. He passes to Finnegan, who gives it to Taggart. Taggart tried to center that puck, and look how smartly Oswald lifted his leg, went off the Anoka defenseman's skate into the net, so it counts. And that's where we are, 1-0 going into the second period. Duluth East leading at this time.
Here's a look at U.S. West shots on goal. Anoka having the upper hand in that period, but they don't come up on the scoreboard. Quality shots were 2 apiece. Face-offs have been controlled by Anoka. They've won 12 to Duluth East's 7.
We got the linesman doing a little work in the net behind the goaltender, Scott, down in the crease area. Looks like there might have been a couple of holes in the crease area. He's filling them with some water and packing it down so that the goaltender doesn't have to worry about fielding bouncing pucks off a hole in the ice there. But Duluth East out ahead 1-0, feeling very confident. They got to feel good about the kind of goaltending they got from Adam Kuhl in that period. Kuhl was tested with 10 shots, but of those 10 shots, there were some quality chances in close, and he made some great saves. He's a goaltender that had 12 shutouts, as we said at the top of the show, which is really remarkable when you look at, doesn't matter what level of hockey, and you get 12 shutouts, almost half your game shutouts.
That's incredible.
That's pretty good playing.
We got to point out that in 22 of the 25 games that Duluth East played through the regular season, they allowed only 2 goals or less in 22 out of 25.
And what's amazing about that, the defensemen, as we say, get very involved with the play, so you know the goaltenders are going to get some quality chances, which tells you that Kuhl had to have an exceptional year.
And he was named the top goalie in the state of Minnesota, winner of the Frank Prinsek Award. It's the second year in a row that Duluth East has won that. Kyle Colquist received the honor last year. West for Anoka, trying to tip the puck out of his own zone. He'll go back for it once more. He's lucky number 13 down there. West hands it off his D. Look out, they lose the puck. There's a bouncer in front. The goaltender, Scott, was down, and he was beatable. Angel with a blast from the point. That is stopped by Scott. Now it's driven out to center ice by the Tornadoes, and that'll take the momentary pressure off. Now here's a steal. West turns and fires, knowing that Kuhl wasn't back into the cage, but it was off target. Stepping up on the play is Chris Marzik, but he falls. Picked up now by Ross Carlson. He lobs it high into the air, playing it deep off the glass. Lichter sends it around, and on the far boards, Rick Talbot gets it out of his own end. Hedberg is back for it. John Hedberg leading a rush, cranks it off the glass, picks it up himself. Tried to poke it in, but it was blocked. Now Oswald will carry on. Wrist shot right on goal. Krasmarzik picks it up. A nice bounce pass to center ice for Reinholdt. Here he comes in on goal. Shot blocked by the defense. The rebound. Oh, and his whistle just wide. Off the stick of Rick Talbot. Lichter from the point. His shot wide. It bounces in front. Talbot shoots. Oh, what a save.
What a save that was. That was a bang-bang play, and Rick Talbot with 5 goals in the tournament already after a tremendous setup down low by Lavasek. Just fired a rocket, the cool grab. Watch this play. It's just unbelievable how he got his glove on that shot. The puck goes behind the net and is centered quickly. You don't see Talbot releasing that puck because he took no time at all. And after Scott started the period off with 3 good saves, Cool comes up and just robs Talbot.
Where Cool may have been a little shaky early in the game, he certainly is not now. East trying to clear it out of their zone. Pressure being applied, but here they come out of the zone with Anunti getting a pass across ice. Just a little bit too far for Burns, who's getting a regular shift. Now straight up the slot. And that shot goes just wide off the stick of Jesse Hagedorn. Back at the blue line. Angel ducks off a check. The second one, though, drops into the ice. He springs back and bounces a shot wide. Anunti playing it down low, at least attempting to. Broken up by the Tornadoes, and here they come 3-on-2. Sherritt across the line. Trying to cut in, but he's squeezed off by 2 Greyhounds. And Anunti fires it cross ice for number 36, Oswald, who drives it in. Tornadoes back. And that's going to be icing. Timeout on the ice. Good action at both ends of the net. It stays a 1-0 hockey game for Duluth.
Flat action this second.
The savings and the open house fun. Sloppy Joes and prizes, including Carnival Cruises, March 5th, 6th, and 7th, only at Benaford Mercury 2 Harbors.
A relatively good first period with about just 2 minutes of flat action. This second period has taken off even better. We've had a good pace overall to this game. Duluth East playing much better tonight than they did last night. Anoka continuing their fine play, and because of it, we've had to have good saves by each of these goaltenders to keep this game at 1-0 with only 1 fluke goal by Anoka, or by Duluth East off of Anoka defenseman skate.
We have a slight delay right now. The officials have come over to the timekeeper's box, and now some words are being passed along to the building security. I think there's some lights on back in behind the goal there, and it's probably affecting the Duluth East goalie, Adam Cool.
Well, it hasn't affected him where I can see. He's just robbed Anoka about 4 times in this game.
Ross Carlson coming back up ice, but he's checked off the play. It's bounced out to center ice by the Tornadoes. Finnegan relays it in deep. West on the far side. A big collision of 3 players on the side boards. Comes around to the other side now for number 11, Joe Johnson. He sends it back in behind their net, and they'll try it up the left side this time. Cross ice pass is picked off. There's a trip. That'll go undetected by the officials. At least uncalled.
Well, that was, he actually just stepped on his blade. Officials, as we said, the 2 we got working here tonight, I think really do an excellent job, and he got a good feel for the game. That was just an inadvertent step right on the guy's stick. He goes down, and it's not the type of play you would call. Watch him step right there. See, after he got the stick hit his shin pads, it was on the ice, and he just took a stride and stepped right on the blade and went down.
Puck is cleared off to the side boards. Here's Rick Talbot swinging it around back to the right side. They're doing a lot of that, going against the flow on the passes here. Here's Talbot racing after the puck into the Duluth zone. Talbot, number 16, has a poke checked away. Trying to center it was Lavacek, but he's dumped to the ice. Meanwhile, Oswald comes back. His long shot's wide, but it's stopped by the goalkeeper, Scott. Trying to clear it off the boards is Talbot, but it's held in. Down low, this is number 10, Roman. Roman ducking off a check, then loses the puck, and Anoka coming right back.